Have you ever tried something and maybe try a sport, maybe try cooking a dish, or maybe doing something, and later on you said that I'm not good at it? Well, let me tell you why. Just because you're doing it for the very first time. Okay, you're doing it for the very first time, and obviously it is obvious that you will not be good at it because you haven't done it before. You're doing it for the very first time. It is obvious that you cannot do it perfectly because we make mistakes and we learn from our mistakes. And that's how life goes. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you about you, okay? About you. I'm going to tell you about you. So you see, when you go through life, you make a lot of mistakes, right? You make a lot of mistakes. And to be honest with you, making mistakes is actually a good thing, okay? As long as you take it the good way. So many people, they go through life and they make a mistake and then they overthink about it and then they fear that they're going to make that mistake again and then they don't do that thing again and then they give up. So I've seen this thing go on for a really long time. It happens to almost every single person out there in this world. So you see, the world is actually scared of making mistakes. Well, to be honest with you, even if you make a mistake, you have to learn how to fix it. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. Every single point in my life, I've made a mistake. Almost every single day, every single night, I have made a mistake. But to be honest with you, even if you just think about the mistake, you're not going to get yourself out of it. What you have to do instead is actually work out why did you make that mistake and why do you keep making that mistake, and then actually learn from that mistake. Okay? Don't take making mistake as a negative thing, because you see when you make a mistake, you realize something about yourself and you realize your weakness. When you make a mistake, is most probably your weakness that is making that mistake, okay? Because of that weakness that you have inside of yourself, you are making that mistake, okay? So that is the thing, guys. So another thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is, when you make a mistake, just just don't go like, just don't overthink, just don't cry, okay? Just don't cry. Take it as an opportunity. Think that, okay, I have made this mistake. I promise myself I'm not going to make this mistake anymore, and I'm going to work out a way to figure out a solution. I'm not going to make this mistake again no matter what. I'm going to set a reminder. Maybe the mistake that you make all the time is you forget things. Well, to be honest with you, you can make reminders. So that's the way to go. So that was the pretty much what I wanted to talk about. And another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was realizing your weakness. You see, many people, they go through life, they have a weakness inside of themselves. Even me, I have a lot of weaknesses in myself, and almost every single person out there, everything has a weakness. Okay, for example, anything in this world will always have a weakness. And for example, there's a person who is having a weakness. Okay, let's say for example me, I have a lot of weaknesses. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to turn that weakness into my strength. Okay, for example, I'll give you guys an example. When I was young, I used to hate maths. I used to hate math. I was terrible at math. I just hated that subject. I just completely ran away from it. But you guys, but after that, later on, what happened was I started to see something inside of math. I started to see a pattern. I started to see something cool inside of math. And then I worked really hard on actually studying math, and then it got okay. I mean, like, after all of that working hard process, it was completely fine. I was doing fine. I was completely okay with math. There were ups and downs, you see. So you see, the idea is that you will find weaknesses in yourself. Maybe your weakness is that you don't talk a lot. maybe even I used to have that weakness. I never talked a lot. Like I'm always silent. That's the thing about me. Most of the times I'm always silent. But I'm trying to overcome that as much as I can. Trying my very best to not do that anymore. So you see, you also have weaknesses. Now I want you to close your eyes and ask yourself, what is the weakness inside me? Do I have a weakness? Okay, I have a weakness. This is my weakness. Now what do you do? What do you do with your weakness? Okay, you have a weakness. Now you want to turn that weakness into your strength. Okay? You want to turn that weakness into your strength. And how do you do it? Well, you take action. Well, one thing to point out, your weakness is directly linked to our fear. Your weakness is most probably your biggest fear, okay? Maybe your weakness is spiders. Maybe you are having the fear to actually hold a spider. Something like that, okay? So that's your fear. Your fear is directly linked to your weakness. So what you want to do is you want to take action, okay? Now, I know this sounds a little bit fascinating and a little, but it's really cool. It's really cool. So you want to take action. You want to actually grab a spider and then just do it. Just grab a spider and face that fear, overcome that fear, and then you will see that your weakness turns into your strength. And once you have done that, you can do it multiple times. Once you have overcome your fear, you can do it 1,000 times, 10,000 times, million times. So that's the thing, guys. That's what I wanted to tell you guys about today, and that is pretty much it for today's video. But guys, remember, turn your weakness into your strength. So maybe your weakness is that you cannot talk in a presentation, public speaking, like for example. So what you want to do is you want to take action. Just don't think about most of the people, they are afraid of doing a presentation just because they are afraid of having negative thoughts about what the other people think about them. But to be honest, it's just a thing, guys. Go and take action. Just go and overcome your fear. Once you overcome your fear, you're gonna realize that that's the best feeling that I ever got, and I'm no longer afraid of my fear because I have punched that fear on the face right there, and that is the way to go. So guys, that's pretty much it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I hope you guys are having fun watching my videos. I'll be making sure that I continue to upload all day. I mean, most of the days, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.